Ciancura, the entire approach to this budget is flawed. The government today is taking €3.5 billion from the Irish people and handing it to Anglo-Irish Bank as payment on a debt we never owed. The government is taking €3.5 billion from the Irish people, but the deficit is going to fall by less than €1 billion. Why is that? Because of a payment of nearly €2 billion on interest to Anglo on a debt we never owed. The government is going to allow AIB to retain a €1.1 billion pension top-up to its pension fund. The Minister Noonan stated earlier on that tax compliance is a core principle of our democracy. He stands there and lectures the Irish people on their obligation to pay a property tax, the entire benefit of which he is going to hand to Anglo-Irish Bank. The government has brought forward virtually no meaningful investment measures. Instead, the government announces it is going to cut funding to our third-level sector. Cut funding! This is absolute madness. So what's the result? Yes, GDP is rising very slightly. But why is it rising? It's rising because of exports from our multinationals, and the profits of those all get expatriated from the country. GNP, the measure of Irish companies, shows that it's going to rise by less than 1%. The government makes great play of the fall in unemployment. The fall in unemployment is due to emigration. The number of people at work has fallen 35,000 in the last year. An austerity-only approach, which feeds tens of billions of euros to two dead casinos, is doomed to failure. And sadly, Ciancura, this budget is the latest chapter in that sad approach. Now, the government spoke earlier of fairness, so let's look at the numbers. Between 2012 and 2013, if you earn €20,000, your income tax is going to go up by 1.3%. If you earn €120,000, it's going to go up by 0.2%. So there is an increase on tax on a person earning €20,000, which is 32 times bigger than the increase on tax on someone earning €120,000. The property tax is regressive. The change to PRSI is regressive. The cuts to child benefit are regressive. The increases to duty, motor tax and carbon tax are regressive. I don't know, Ciancura, how this government can use the word fairness with a straight face. The budget is a massacre to those in the negative equity generation. You're cutting their child benefit. You're increasing their income tax. You're charging them for homes which they despise. You're charging them for homes which are a debt around their necks. And if they're renting, and then renting another house because they can't afford to buy a bigger house to live in with their kids, what are you going to do? You're going to charge them 7% PRSI on the rental income from the house that they don't want, that is in negative equity, that they are now being charged a property tax on. It's a joke. The austerity-only approach, Ciancura, does not work. History is unambiguous on this point. Further payments to the banks cannot be justified when this is being asked of the Irish people. Now, the government makes great play of us being 85% of the way there. This is rubbish. There was one payment of €31 billion to Anglo, which is a nominal accounting measure. The deficit peaked in 2009 at €22 billion. Next year, we're going to be at nearly €13 billion. So we are less than halfway through correcting the deficit.
2 minutes, Deputy.
Minister Howland stated that future generations will be proud of the work that was done here today. No, they won't. They'll ask why their country was decimated in the name of anonymous bondholders. They will ask why their schools and colleges were stripped of teachers and stripped of investment. They will ask why they are still paying for the debts of Anglo-Irish Bank and Irish Nationwide. No government should ask its people what is being asked by this government today. I accept that the deficit has to be closed. If you stop the €5 billion payment to Anglo and Irish Nationwide, if you take back the €1.1 billion pension top-up from AIB, if you direct this towards education, towards job stimulus, towards investment, towards protecting vulnerable groups, reversing some of the most egregious cuts and reducing inequality, then, Ciancura, we might be able to start a genuine recovery in this economy. But vote after vote after vote taken by the deputies in this House tonight is going to push us further and further down a failed austerity-only path. Thank you.